Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to talk to you today about Freddie's allergy. I know I've probably mentioned it a couple of times in my videos, but Freddie is allergic to the protein in cow's milk. So it's not actually the protein itself, it's not the cow's milk, but from my understanding it's the shape of the protein. So it is a square, I believe, and so Freddie's body doesn't recognise the shape of this protein, and so what happens is it fights it off. So that's why he'll get blood in his poo. He's on a formula to help with this, so it breaks down, it's chopped up into little pieces, broken down and in circles, so which helps his body digest it. So we found out that Freddie had this allergy around 9 weeks, if I remember rightly. He had blood in his poo for around 3 days. I think it was one day he had it, the next he didn't, and the third day he had it again, but quite a large amount. So I called the doctors, they called me back, discussed what the blood was like in the poo, and asked me to come down straight away. Obviously scared me a little. I went to the doctors, and luckily my doctor's quite known to this allergy. I think it's quite common now, but straight away said that he's probably allergic to the protein in cow's milk. So Freddie was prescribed with a formula to help with this, and it is called Nutramigen, if I am pronouncing that right. This is it. So Freddie was on the Formula 1, which is so stage 1, and he's just gone on to stage 2 since he's been 6 months. I think he's had it for 3 days or so. But so as I said, this is the protein broken down. It's only got a small percentage of protein in, from my understanding. Not sure what percentage, but as soon as Freddie went on this, it was instant that he didn't have the blood anymore. So it was confirmed that he was allergic to the protein. So since obviously being diagnosed, it didn't really affect Freddie because he was just having formula. So it didn't affect his diet or anything like that. As soon as he was on the formula, it stopped everything, stopped the screaming. Literally, I mean screaming. He used to. I thought, well, we thought he was just a bad baby, really. Everyone was like, can you not just settle him? It took me hours and hours and hours, and I could never put him down. So people were saying to me, oh, you've just got him used to falling asleep on you. I was like, no, there's something else there. But before the poo, the blood in the poo, we didn't really think of anything other than colic, because it was worse in them evening hours from around 5 till 9. But if colic is them hours, then that's his tummy anyway, so it's probably irritated it more. Anyway, so obviously weaning's been a little bit more difficult. Well, you see in supermarkets they've got shelves and shelves of different products, different foods that they can have, and unfortunately the porridges and all the cereals and everything, Freddie can't really have because they've all got milk in them. So we have to check on the back of all packaging. Luckily now it's in bulk, because if not I'll be sitting in the supermarket for hours trying to look at what he can have. But so yes, I don't know if it's so common as it is now. Like I went to a group meeting thing about the weaning a child with a cow's milk protein allergy, and there was so many people there, and there was groups every week, two sessions a week, with loads of people in, so it is really, really common. And you think, why haven't they made more foods for babies that don't contain the milk in them? But perhaps that'll happen later on in a few years or so. But so obviously I think there's the strawberry and banana porridge that you can have by Cowgate. Obviously the baby rice, but Freddie doesn't have that because it's no nutritional benefit to him. Obviously you can have all fruits, all vegetables, so that's why I was making up my own purees for him. But with the jars are quite good, unless they're creamy or got cheese in them, then he can have most of them, just not the desserts ones or the puddings or anything like that. But I think it'll be a little bit harder when he gets a bit older, because he can't have things like Wotsits and Quavers, obviously anything with cheese in it. We went to the supermarket the other day and got, because I wanted to give him some toast, so we got some Flora Freedom, which is the new dairy-free butter out, and me and Tommy were deciding whether, well, we got some to try to see whether we could eat it ourselves, so it's not, we don't have to like buy 2 of everything, but it tastes exactly the same, so that's not a problem. We did look at the cheeses and thought we'd leave it to a little bit later on, because it's quite expensive for a tiny block of dairy-free cheese, and there's one type, well, where we went, and anyway, Asda, there's one block that you could get, so it's not very interesting, and that's the only thing I worry about for Freddie. There's free from chocolate, so he can have some of that, it's just more expensive. Other than that, it's not really a big deal, it's not affecting him too much. We had a hospital appointment about a month ago now. It was pretty pointless when we got there actually, but it was with the paediatrician and a nutritionist. They were just discussing with us from now and the future really. They said that because most children that are diagnosed with this allergy grow out of it by the time they're 2-3 years old. 90% I think of children are grown out of it by the time they're 3 years old, which is brilliant. It's not too long to live with it, and obviously when they're getting into their toddler ages, teenagers, he'll be able to try lots more food then. Where we go from it now is we've got an appointment in July, so just before Freddie's a year old, and they will discuss with us starting to introduce baked protein. So as I said, that shape, when you bake protein, it changes shape, so it'll go so that his body can recognise it and process it. Yeah, so from a year they recommend introducing this baked protein, and see how you get on with that. Hopefully he'll be fine with it, and you can just carry on introducing different more and more protein into his diet, and then hopefully he'll be growing out of it completely. Obviously if he has a bad reaction again, then they have to look to alternatives and maybe leave it a bit longer to see whether he grows out of it later, or go from there really. So we'll have more of an update in July. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything will be fine. He'll deal with the baked protein. So that's it really. I hope this video has been somewhat beneficial. If your baby's struggling or you don't really know what's wrong with them, if they're having problems with their tummy. I know with Freddie, the best way to settle him was to put him on your arm. I think it's, I don't know, branch position or something. Put him on your, put his belly, rest his belly on your arm, turn him over and just rub his back. That helped him so much until we obviously found out about this. But so if your baby has got problems, contact your doctors. If you've got any other questions, please feel free to ask in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. I hope you've enjoyed my video. If you have, give it a thumbs up as always and press subscribe to keep in touch with us and see our future videos. Hope you're all having a lovely day. Bye!